I'm currently pet sitting for my friend right now, which is why we have a different couch in the background. She doesn't know about these videos. If she does, I'm fucked. Just kidding, it's fine. So I came back from the gym, which is why I'm grimy as fuck. I have curry stains on my shirt. So overall, pretty average day. Until I checked YouTube and then I saw this. What the fuck? I don't know how this happened. Maybe BookTube is going through like a depression era right now or something, but are you guys okay? It boggles my mind that we have gotten to this point. Why? When I started this channel, which I think was about 2 months ago, I didn't really expect anyone to watch it. Like, I expected at maximum 10 subscribers. I also didn't expect people to make Instagram accounts of me or make a Sims character. The most ironic part of this is that I would never subscribe to this channel. Like, I can't even watch back on any of my videos because I cringe so much. I don't even know how we got to this point. Maybe it was just luck and timing or whatever. I don't know. But for this video, I wanted to do small booktuber shoutouts for people who I've seen on BookTube that have less than 1,000 subscribers, but I definitely think need a lot more. It's definitely not because I feel awkward and I'm trying to divert attention to other people. Not at all. I'm gonna shout out 6 small booktubers in no particular order, and I've only restricted myself to 6. If I were to talk about everyone that I think deserves a shout out, this video would never fucking end. Before we get into the booktubers, I just want to give a quick shout out to Yapdog. So when I first started on BookTube, he made a comment on my BookTube newbie tag that said that I would get 1,000 subscribers by September 1st. I didn't believe him at all. We had a bet going on, which I thought I would win because I thought it was impossible to get 1,000 subscribers in 2 months. Evidently, I was wrong, which is cool, but it is also sad for the BookTube community as well. I just wanted to insert real quick that I was wrong, Yapdog was right, scarily accurately correct for some reason. The part of losing the bet means giving him a shout out in one of my videos. I had lost my way, but the great and powerful Yapdog foretold of my path to 1K success and beyond. Thanks for believing in me, Yapdog. The first booktuber that I want to shout out is XO Nikki. We both found each other when we were first starting out, and to this day, I still keep up with her videos. I kind of see them as comfort food. They're very chill and very relaxed. I don't read contemporary YA, which is what she primarily reads. She doesn't read fantasy, which is what I primarily read. So if you think about it, it doesn't make sense that we would cross paths. And yet here we are. But I really like watching her videos. I think that she points out a lot of problematic aspects in books, and I think that she consumes books very thoughtfully. So it's always really interesting to hear what she has to say about a book, even if it's something that I haven't read yet. The second booktuber I want to shout out is Rachel Marie. So I kind of hesitated on whether I should include her or not because I feel like sooner or later she's gonna get to 1,000 subs anyway. But she's such like a sweet person that I'm just like, fuck it. I feel like she's been a very prominent member in the small booktube community. I always see her comments in a lot of people's videos. I see that she's very actively engaging with other people on Twitter. She puts a lot of thought and care into her videos, and she is so passionate about it. You can really tell that she's into this thing, and she's just very supportive of the community as a whole. Like, I see her shouting out a lot of small booktubers who maybe just started, maybe have only like 10 subs or something, and she is quick to just boost them up and try to give them attention. And I think that kind of good karma will pass around to her. The next person I want to shout out is Snow White and the 7 Shelves. I think that she's really refreshing as a booktuber. All of her videos are always really, really different. She puts up like these funny skits in her videos. She changes the format a lot, which I just haven't seen in many booktube videos. She puts in effort to make her content continuously interesting and different, as opposed to the same fucking video of the same girl just talking to you on the couch. She leaves such wonderful comments, so supportive, so sweet. I feel like I'm gonna say the same shit for everyone here, but that's just how I feel about them. The next person is Katie's Book Nook. Okay, I know I'm being redundant, but she's really sweet too. I feel like when I watch her videos, I don't know, there's just something very calming about watching her videos. She has like a very chill vibe to her, kind of like EXO Nikki. She gets so into books, so it's really enjoyable for me to watch her reading vlogs on YouTube and then watch her constantly update us and freak out about a book on Twitter. She's also really fucking smart. Like, she goes to Cornell, she has 2 degrees in, what was it, like engineering or some smart people shit that I don't know anything about. But despite her high intelligence, she is also really into shitty memes and this whole soap dick scandal. She was so like into that too. So I just think that's great to see someone who's super smart, but also has a really good sense of humor. Next person I want to shout out is Majority Marginalized. I think that just by reading her name, you can see the appeal in her videos. She places a focus That was the ferret that I'm pet sitting. She places a focus on diverse books and own voices, which I think is really important. She makes very snarky comments on the side, which is very funny. But at the same time, she remains thoughtful of the stories that she is consuming. So again, are you done? She also makes sure that her videos are very short and concise, which I think is something that we all need to learn from. Like, she just gets straight to the point, which is great. And I'm glad that she puts a focus on diversity specifically, because it's just an area that we always need to be more mindful of. And then the last booktuber that I want to shout out is Where in the World is Leia Jane? Just like everyone else that I've mentioned in this list, she is very thoughtful. At the same time, she has a good attitude and a good personality that I think you can kind of absorb when you're watching her videos. Even beyond just watching her videos, her comments have always been really thoughtful. We've written essay-long comments to each other, dissecting the most mundane things but turning it into like moral questions. And so I just appreciate that aspect of her, where she can have fun but she can also get into this whole college thesis kind of thing as well. For example, in the Soapdick video that I posted up, we went on this whole long discussion about the morality of the whole situation and whether it was okay to send kind of box to a book that was marketed towards teenagers even though the source material is not for teenagers. And it was a whole ordeal, but it was very interesting to have somebody to discuss that seriously with, you know, like just to laugh first and then also have a serious discussion. So yeah, those are 6 booktubers that I definitely think that you should check out. Just kidding, I lied. There's a 7th person that I want to add, and that is Katie's Cuddly Book World. I really like her videos because they are just so funny and relatable, and she just completely geeks out over the books. When she loves a book, she really loves a book, and it is so contagious and enjoyable to watch. And I think it goes to show that you can still have really funny booktube videos that don't require you to bash on a book or rant about it. Not to say that rant reviews shouldn't be allowed, they're great too, but I think it's more fulfilling to watch someone really enjoy a book so much to the point that they would cry about it and talk about how destroyed they are. Whenever she is excited about a book, I get excited about it too. The second half of this video is gonna be me doing the get to know me tag, because 1, I was contemplating doing a Q&A, but then I realized I wasn't relevant enough. 2, I've been tagged 13 times already. Last time I did a tag video, I made it very clear that I did not like doing tags. And ever since then, 10 fucking people have tagged me in this shit, so yeah, I will die before getting all of these done, but I will attempt to knock down at least 1. I got the questions right here, so here we go. Are you named after anyone? I was named after Cindy Crawford, the model, which is very ironic because I look like this. When was the last time you cried? I cry all the time on the inside, so yes. Do you have kids? I would never have kids. If you were another person, would you be a friend of yourself? I have said so many times to so many people that if I could clone myself, I would only do it just so that I could beat the shit out of myself, because that's how much I hate myself. I have issues. Do you use sarcasm a lot? No. What is your eye color? Poop brown. Scary movie or happy endings? I would choose happy endings because I need the escapism, okay? Favorite smells? Food. What's the furthest you've ever been from home? I come from California and I moved across country now, so I now live on the East Coast. Do you have any special talents? No. Where were you born? I was born in San Jose, California. What are your hobbies? Reading, designing, traveling. eating. Do you have any pets? I have a Pomeranian mix back in California. I've also fostered some dogs while I've been living here on the East Coast. The thing about fostering dogs, especially like those that come from like broken homes or no home at all, is that the bare minimum is amazing to them because they don't know any better. Like they have just been used to a life of shittiness. Both of these dogs that I've fostered don't even know how to play with toys. Like I would squeak a toy in front of them and they would just be like blank faced the whole time because they've never played before. They don't know what playing is. So they've never had like a regular life. So it's very rewarding to be able to provide that for them. I just love dogs a lot. I love them so much more than humans. Do you have any siblings? I have a sister who is 8 years older than me. I have been trying to convince her to read, but that has not been going well because she is illiterate. What do you want to be when you grow up? I actually think that I am where I need to be now. I'm very lucky to be able to get to be creative for a living. And be in a career field that lets me play around with so many different ideas and different projects and different clients. I'm hoping that things keep moving up, maybe. I don't know. Who was your first best friend? My first best friend was Vivian, who was a family friend. How tall are you? I am very short. Funniest moment throughout school. So when I was in college, I was part of this indie coming of age film about a queer girl who falls for a high school dropout. I played the role of that high school dropout, who is this girl who is just like on the wrong side of the tracks. She's like this bad girl. You shouldn't want to associate with her. The character always smoked cigarettes because clearly you can't be a badass if you don't smoke cigarettes. I had these movie cigarettes. They emanate smoke out of the ends, but they don't actually have nicotine in them, so it was safe for me to smoke out of. In one of the many scenes where I had to smoke a cigarette, there was this little pot where I was making sure like the ends of it, the little ash or whatever, would fall into the ashtray. But then I accidentally dropped the cigarette into the pot. I was looking for it, but because it's a pot, I couldn't see shit out of it because it was just like, you know, completely dark. So what I did, like a fucking dumbass, was blow air into it, and then the ash and whatever the fuck else was in that pot ricocheted back into my eyeballs, and I was momentarily blinded, and we had to stop filming for like several minutes as people tried to get like first aid kit or whatever to alleviate my stupidity. And as I was dabbing my eyes out, the director was like, wait a minute, how did you get cigarette ash into your eyeballs? Like, how did you know? And I was like, I don't want to explain what happened. So yeah, truly a badass character. How many countries have you visited? I've been to Mexico a really long time ago. I went to Korea, I think around 5 years ago. Last year I went to Paris. This year I went to Amsterdam, and then next month I'm going to Sweden. What was your favorite / worst subject in school? So my favorite subject was English because writing is so easy to bullshit. There's no concrete answer. You can find a way to kind of wheedle your way into it. My worst subject is obviously math, because there's only one correct answer. I got to the point where when I had multiple choice homework, I knew that to get the correct answer, I would have to try to solve the math problem and then choose the opposite answer, because whatever my answer would be is the wrong one. What is your favorite drink, animal, and perfume? I don't have a favorite drink. All I drink is water. I know, I'm a basic bitch. Favorite animal is dogs. I don't have a favorite perfume. I probably should, because I probably smell like gym socks right now. What would you name your children? So I would never have children, but if I were to have a bunch of pets, I think it would be great to name them after the Avatar characters. Aang, Katara, Sokka. I think it would be awesome if I had a dog that had like some kind of coloring around their eye, and then I would name him Zuko. What sports have you played? So in high school, I did track and field, and then in college, I joined the Dragon Boat team, which is essentially a water sport team where 20 people are on one boat, and you have to paddle in synchronization. So you really have to use your full body to exert that. That was the most fit that I ever was. And now I am a blob. Who are some of your favorite YouTubers? I would say Natalie Tran is probably one of the first few people that I subscribed to back in the day. How many girlfriends / boyfriends have you had? I have only had one boyfriend, and that was enough. I did the trial run, and I was like, no thank you. Never again. Favorite memory from childhood. I grew up reading a lot of shoujo manga. I just really miss those times when I grew up just reading those romance stories before real life settled in. How would you describe your fashion sense? Non-existent. I wear the same leggings and exercise shoes every single day. I only change it with a random top. And even then it's like, you know, this shit with the fucking curry stain. I've modeled for fashion shows before, and that was the most fashionable I've ever been. And that's only because other people made the clothes for me and other people put on makeup for me. If it weren't for that, I would just stick to wearing curry stains all day. What phone do you have? I have an iPhone 6, which I am filming this from right now. Tell us one of your bad habits. Everything that I do is a bad habit. God, like, where do I even begin? Nikki says that she bites her nails. I'm gonna use that answer too. I've never really cut my nails because I am always biting them. Okay, so that is the get to know me tag. I don't know if that was interesting. It probably wasn't, but at least now I have one tag out of the way, and now I have 12 more to go. They will never be done, just so you know. Oh, and I didn't mention this at all in my video because I'm an ungrateful bitch, I guess, but just thank you for 1,000 subscribers. I mean, I still don't understand why. I actually really do appreciate the levels of engagement that I have received from these videos, which is much higher than I expected. The comments are really my favorite thing. I love engaging with the community and hearing what other people have to think about it. Thank you for engaging with me. I don't know why, but here we are. Thank you. Bye.
You're the only friend I need.